after Arsenal submitted a bid of 40 million euros plus 20 million euros of add-ons and rejected by Shakhtar Donetsk. There is a team that has gone into the race to hijack the deal of Modric from Arsenal if at all they cannot raise that amount of money, and that team is none other than Manchester City. Then after that, we're going to talk about the upcomings or the aftercomings after Arsenal went ahead to really get its bid rejected. They are preparing a second bid confirmed to us by Charles Watts. You know, he's an Arsenal correspondent for the Goal. Now, we are talking about Modric coming out and showing interest in joining Arsenal again by liking a photo that indicated by Fabrizio Romano about Arsenal's first bid for Shakhtar Donetsk. Then lastly, we are really going to discuss a little bit about Owen Hargreaves and what he thinks Arsenal should do in the January transfer window. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the channel that brings you your latest information. We've just brought you a story about Cody Gakpo undergoing his medical. The other one was about Kylian Mbappe wanting out of PSG. You know that very well, and I'll give you the reason as to why he wants to get out of the club without further ado. So smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be, and then hit the smash the black button, that's where the subscribe, then hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel, and that is Rokani Media Football Note. So let's go, eyes. Now, Charles Watts, you know him very well. He is an Arsenal correspondent for the Goal. He was formerly working for Football London, again reporting Arsenal news. He has confirmed to us that it's likely Arsenal will go back with the second bid for Shakhtar winger Modric in the coming days after the first offer was rejected, reports Charles Watts. Then the Gunners' interest in Modric remains strong and negotiations between the two clubs are ongoing. Now, Arsenal aren't backing out on this. However much Shakhtar is making statements that I'm really going to go on and really show you in the next 1 or 2 minutes after the rejection of their bid, Arsenal are preparing to go back with the second bid that Shakhtar will or not allow or accept in the favor of what they want to sign this player from their club. So Arsenal is really resilient. They are really going in relentless. They are relentless for the signature of Modric. They really want this guy to be one of those players to come in through and do the needful for the side called Arsenal. And if at all you watch that game of West Ham, Arsenal lacked depth and quality on the bench. Now, they are bringing in this player to see to it that quality is increased at the Arsenal side, on the bench and onto the pitch. Because every time you're having a player like Modric, you know that he is going to reduce on the compactness of the back or the defenders of the teams you are facing. Because trust me, most of the teams that Arsenal are really going to play are going to play a low block. They are going to play they're going to play a deep line to see to it that they make it hard for Arsenal to score. You saw what West Ham did, and for them they're even privileged that in just, was it 10-15 minutes, they had scored their first goal. And that really put Arsenal in a very terrible situation. But thanks to Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli and Edin Ketia for those goals that really went in the right way, and obviously they got themselves to a level of winning that game by 3-1 coming from behind. But if you're a team like Arsenal, you wouldn't like to find yourself in such situations a lot and taking long to go ahead and really level the game and really get back in the game, because you won't deny there are games that Arsenal is going to play this season when they are going to be behind, and then they need to come back and really open up a team. But opening up a team like West Ham or any team that is really ahead of you and they are playing a deep line requires the skill of Modric, because Modric is really good at getting off players and sending them to the billboards. You know that very well. He just has a way he submits himself into the final third and obviously leaving all opponents down. So that puts Arsenal in a very good situation of really creating chances and threatening the enemy because they really have lots of quality. So Arsenal going in for second bid, it is evident they have to go on and really get in this player because they need him. Mikel Arteta needs the player. So the two clubs are really holding negotiations, and obviously Arsenal have strong interest in Modric. So let's wait and see what's going to happen from there. But obviously there is this Classio Mercato has told us that from Italy, Shakhtar Donetsk Vice Sporting Director, that is Carlo Nicolini, has spoken to him, and he has told him that players have been sold that the clubs want to sell. And we believe we are in a stronger, we believe are no stronger than Mudryk, with a valuation of around 100 million euros. So we consider 60 million few. That's it. Then he continued to let us know that 60 million euros is not enough to sign Modric. Our director said that we need a bid closer to Grealish fee than Anthony to sell Modric. You know, their English is really broken, so that's why it's really broken. We are not even considering a bid with 40 million euros as a fixed fee. Obviously, they turned it down, and the vice sporting director of Shakhtar is going to confirm that they are not willing to go on and really even here 60 million euros because it's really few for Modric. Now, Modric is really a very good player that I think if at all Arsenal is to raise 60 million euros guaranteed fees plus 20 million euros of add-ons, I believe they'll listen to that offer. They'll listen to it because it will be 80 million euros in offering. I think it's not bad, but looks like this team is also a little bit stubborn to see to it that they are not making things happen at a side called Arsenal. So Arsenal are really in a hard place, are really in a tight press and a rock to see to it that they are really looking for the signature of Modric, but it's nowhere to be seen. Then we've been told by Grammy Bailey, Arsenal remains in talks with Shakhtar over a January deal for Modric. Shakhtar's initial asking price of £100 million has been lowered, but they are still looking at a deal worth £80 million in total, £60 million guaranteed fee with a further £20 million add-ons. I believe these are supposed to be euros, not pounds. I think they want 100 million euros. That is like 85 million pounds. So that means Arsenal, if at all they raise up to 60 million euros upfront fee and some 25 million euros of add-ons, I believe they'll get the player. That is Grammy Bailey of 90-Minute Football. He continued and told us that Arsenal are still somewhere off that sum, and they will point to Liverpool recent agreement for Gapco worth 50 million pounds in total. Arsenal are confident of a deal being done in January, but at this point it seems unlikely they will meet Shakhtar's current demands. But the demands of Shakhtar are really blown out of proportion. That's it. You can't tell me that I should pay 100 million euros for Modric, and I'll be so much surprised to it that a deal of such an amount is going to be made for Modric to depart Shakhtar to join Arsenal. I believe Arsenal will say, all right, the best we can give you is 85 million euros, 65 million euros of guaranteed fees, and 20 million euros of add-ons. That's it. That's what we have for you. If you're told you are taking it, take it. If at all you're leaving it, leave it. So, and that will be known, take it or leave it. 85 million euros, take it or leave it, because that's what we can offer for Modric. And then Shakhtar will look through and see whether that will be a deal proposably able to be done or not, because that is a lot of money. And in January to spend 100 million euros on a player, that will be so much to go out and really find that Arsenal has gone ahead to do it. Although Arsenal really have more time and have more money to spend, but it's not realistic to spend 100 million euros. And Arsenal is a very good sporting club. It's not like Manchester United. If it was United, they would have gone ahead and paid that money because they paid 100 million euros for Anthony. Now, Fabrizio Romano happened to have put that Arsenal submitted a bid to sign Modric, and look who liked the post. It's Mudryk 10. This is Modric. You see him? That is Modric liked the post, and obviously he was at the same time posting the results coming in from the game of Arsenal versus West Ham, meaning that he is just fired to see to it that this deal comes to happening and he leaves a team called Shakhtar to join the Arsenal side. Now, there is what we call beating your competitor to the signing and not enable them to sign this player. Now, a story today has come in from, is it Standard Sport, that Man City are really going in for Modric. And we've been told by Standard Sport that Manchester City are reportedly making their admiration for Modric public. Arsenal fans, get yourself into a better position to see this race and who is going to win it. Because Arsenal looked like they were sorely into this race. The CEO came out and confirmed to us of Shakhtar that Arsenal are the only team that have gone ahead to make a formal offer. But with Jack Grealish not hitting the ground running and that left attacking side of the midfield of of Man City being non-lethal as it used to be when they're having Jack Grealish and Gabriel Jesus, they are really trying to get Modric and hijack this deal from Arsenal. That is it. That is it. Man City are trying to hijack this deal from Arsenal. Not good news to all Arsenal fans all over the world, but you have to bear with it because Man City have the money. Man City have the money. But they are doing this in a spirit that is really bad. They are doing this in the bad spirit to fail Arsenal to get this player. They want Shakhtar to keep in that position of 100 million euros because they know Arsenal might not be able to stretch to that much to pay that amount of money, because if there comes no formal offer for Modric in January and Arsenal puts in a second bid of like 85 million euros, Shakhtar will have nothing to do other than selling this player. But if at all another team comes in through like Man City to rival, that means Shakhtar will go ahead and say we even want 120 million euros because they'll be having an option. Why are they really acting like this? Because an option is available, and that is Man City. Man City are doing this for the second reason, that they want to get this player to their side. Reason being, if Arsenal is playing like that and not losing games when they are not having Modric, what if Modric comes in through? What is it going to be like? What is it going to be like? Arsenal is going to be a very huge team and obviously a threat because Modric comes in through to complement the front three of Arsenal and to add in more quality with assists and goals. That confirms to you that Arsenal are really wanting this trophy. If they are willing to pay the amount of money close to 85 million euros to sign Modric, it's a confirmation that they want to see to it that they get in a player known as Modric to get everything done and dusted. So Man City is wanting to hijack this deal of Modric to see to it that he doesn't go to Arsenal and obviously come to their side. When we talk about money, I believe City has more money than Arsenal. But that doesn't rule out Arsenal of being able to pay the amount of money that Shakhtar wants. They have the money, but I think they want to spend wisely. Then, when you ask yourself, does Mudryk want to join City? I think you only want to join City if at all Arsenal fail to fulfill the amount of money that Shakhtar really want, because he's desperate to come and play in the Premier League. The only security that Arsenal have in this deal is Modric joining them and wanting to go on and really play for them. But remember, even Cody Gakpo wanted to go on and really play for Manchester United, but the way United wanted to go on and really facilitate his deal from PSV to Manchester was not convincing enough to PSV. When Liverpool came in through with the amount of money that PSV wanted, obviously the player crossed to Liverpool. So Man City coming in through is a little bit scaring if at all you're an Arsenal fan, because you know what it means for Man City to come in through. They can get this deal done and dusted immediately. That's why Arsenal are really pushing it to see to it that this deal is done and dusted as soon as possible. So let's wait and see what's going to happen in between Man City and Arsenal as they go on to tussle it out for a player called Modric, because He's really a sensational talent that every team would love to have, and Man City are really countering them with a hijack of this deal. So let's wait and see where this is going to happen. But Owen Hargreaves, formerly a player of Manchester United and Man City and Bayern Munich, has gone ahead to let us know about Arsenal losing Gabriel Jesus and what his thoughts are. He's telling us that I think now you have to go and bring somebody in, but Arteta said he just doesn't want to bring anyone in. He wants to bring in the right person, and that means someone who fits into the group. So that's what Mikel Arteta, that's what Owen Hargreaves has gone ahead to urge Arsenal to go on and really bring in a player to see to it that he fits into the boots of Gabriel Jesus and to see to it that he gets that business done of Arsenal. But one thing you don't underestimate is that Arsenal are really missing Gabriel Jesus. I saw very many people saying Arsenal never looked like they missed Jesus, guys. Because they scored goals like that, that's why you say they never missed. But before they scored the first goal, for the first 54 minutes, Edin Ketia was nowhere to be seen. And why did Edin Ketia find space to score that goal? It's because West Ham had opened up, trying to look for an equalizer, and compactness was nowhere to be seen. That's it. So, but when they are really compact and having a flat back five, they were really hard to break, and Edin Ketia was nowhere to be seen. So I believe they miss Jesus, and they need to go on and really sign in another player. So guys, thank you for watching in through. Tell me what you think about Man City hijacking Modric deal, Arsenal second bid incoming for Modric. Then what do you think about Arsenal and who they should sign to come in after Mukalo Modric? Thank you guys for watching in through. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell after subscribing, because you'll get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel, that is Rokani Media Football. And don't forget to do the needful and smash the like button close to 100 times or 200, because I'm bringing you these stories of Mukalo Modric because you guys love it. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly, take you through the night. I'm returning with the match reaction of Leeds versus Man City. Right now it's 0-0, though Man City is really playing very good, and obviously the goalkeeper has saved Leeds close to 2-3 times. I'm out for now. See you later.